Hey guys, welcome back. If you were to ask any scoutman what their least equipped item was, I feel like the Sandman would make the top of the list. What once was the uncontested king of unlockable melees now lies forgotten and alone in the trash heap of history. This beleaguered little leaguer's face beater has been so commonly accepted as Scout's worst item for so long, and you know how I am. When the community reaches a consensus on something, I want nothing more than to push back on it just to see what breaks. So I spent a good few games using the Sandman on Scout, and before the video even starts, I apologize for the abysmal Scout gameplay on display here. I am no substitute for not Sam G. The Sandman has two stats. The positive, you can right click to launch a baseball bat that causes enemies struck by it to slow down. The baseball recharges after a few seconds, or you can pick the baseball up from the ground to instantly recharge it. The negative, minus 15 health. Oh boy. Listen, Scout is already made of paper, but this just splashes that paper with a glass of milk. How on earth am I supposed to play Scout with only a 110 health? You would get one shot by close range rockets and Huntsman body shots at this threshold, not to mention a million other things I don't feel like listing. This simple reduction turns Scout from a glass cannon into a rice paper cannon. Dying has never come so cheap, but despite my many trips back to spawn, I was committed to making the most of the Sandman to at least claw some usage out of it. And honestly, it's extraordinarily hollow. Being able to give enemies a minor slowdown is occasionally useful, but every time I've killed a slowed enemy, they probably would have died anyway. This here is the one clip where I think the slowdown made a real difference, and that's kind of it. Honestly, there were times I was able to chain a good few kills together, but they were all kills I would have gotten anyway, so I would have been better served just having the 15 extra health and surviving many more encounters. I like to take weapons most people think are trash and elevate them, find real practical uses, and maybe shine a light on what people are missing by just following the meta. But the Sandman is one item I just cannot honestly find a reason to equip. For the minor and insignificant upside of occasionally slowing down enemies, when honestly it would be better to just shoot them, you are reduced to an even more fragile version of the class that can't stay in fights as long. The only reason a good player would equip this would be as a challenge. You know, Scout on hard mode with 15 less health. But there is no good reason to use this thing aside from playing catch with yourself. I certainly won't be using the Sandman ever again since I have access to the best weapon of all, a stat track fish. That's all. Like, subscribe, and get out. Video's over.